right there, just getting my coffee. Okay, the thumbnail, we got that pretty hot air balloon that I was telling you about. I see lots of air balloons. I'm close to Paris, and I think they have a air balloon place there, and Paris, California. And I think that though was Menifee, Marietta area. Anyways, that was the thumbnail. Best of the best is when you're the best of the best, you're going to get tempted. And this energy right now is tempting you to do things that you probably shouldn't do. We've got in the song Charlie Daniels, The Devil Went Down to Georgia, my latest short. Johnny gets asked from the devil if he would like to play with the devil because he's such a good fiddle player. And he says, I know it might be a sin, but I'm going to take your bet, and because I'm the best that's ever been. Okay, now I know where you think I'm going with this energy. You think I'm going with this energy of that's bad and he sold his soul for rock and roll, but that's not where I'm going with this energy. This energy right now is one where they want you to know that you're the best of the best. And you can't be a demon slayer in Astro if you're not the best of the best. And if you are not the best of the best, what happens is you lose. Now, not necessarily you lose your soul, but you might lose your, let's just call it your assignment, and you'll have to try and do a different one. Because we don't lose our soul to the devil unless we give it to him. And when you're fighting the devil, you're not wanting to give your soul to him, you're just wanting him gone. So you lose, you get back up, and you do another assignment. Okay? So this energy right now, it's an energy of they want you to be the best that you can be in whatever you do. My other shorts was a little clip on me being authentic. Now, some things might be not real, like you might have a couple teeth that had to get replaced, like me, okay? But everything else is real. You know, you don't have fake hair, eyes, boobs. You don't have fake thinking. You don't do stuff fake. If you have a couple screws in your knee, like me from my car accident, couple missing teeth, you know, I mean, you're gonna have to sometimes in your physical avatar get repaired, like the $6 million woman. But you know what I mean. You're either authentic or you're not. Okay? So those are the two energies that are going on. They want you to be totally authentic. Don't have to Photoshop. Don't have to go out and buy $20,000 purses. You don't have to have Lamborghinis. They also showed me a picture of a house that somebody had built, and they were living in this house and they were fixing it up. So if that's you and your family or you and your energy, that's not really what we're supposed to be focusing on right now. It was a lot of fakeness in the house and a lot of chaos in the house because, you know, you're looking at drywall, you got kids running around, you're trying to make supper and people are coming in and out. And that really wasn't the route you were supposed to take. but since you were so into, I gotta have it my way, I want it done this way, you decided to build your own place. Okay, so that came out in Astro. I was working with some of you that were doing that. So if that's ringing a bell, definitely listen to the energy of this reading. And I woke up like that saying, well, what am I supposed to talk about on that, you know? And they just told you. Okay, so I get all kinds of weirdness that goes on. Okay, now what we want to talk about. We want to talk about the air balloon. The air balloon was rainbow, and the air balloon is something that they said is very obsolete because, of course, we fly all over the place. But they did say that that's what they wanted to make the reference of. Air balloon and the spaceship. Okay? An air balloon and you traveling. They also wanted me to mention somebody had a spacecraft and they were using it wrongly. So now they have a machine with a propeller. So I'm assuming they've been demoted to a helicopter guy, and that's probably why they wanted me to put on the hot air balloon, because that will be their next demotion. Will be running an air balloon circus, I heard, event place. So take all this how you want it. It may be getting like this where it's kind of weird messages coming out because we're going through a major hire and fire system, and that's taking me back to the energy of the devil went down to Georgia. So this is about you being the best at what you're doing, and if you're not the best at what you're doing, they're demoting you. Like I said with the craft, if you're going to take your craft and go do stupid things or things that are putting somebody in jeopardy, or maybe the reason that the other night we had that injury was because somebody was off on their spacecraft fucking off instead of paying attention, and therefore somebody had a few mishaps because of security. So I dug a little bit deeper into that, and now they are in a helicopter with a propeller, and they are not in the spacecraft. So if that makes sense, good. If it doesn't, some of this is really too deep because it's astral channeling. Okay? It's not talking about you physically went to. This is astral stuff. Okay? Then the part where it said, the devil said, I know that you're good, and I'm going to test you at it. And if I win, can I have your fiddle? Okay, so that again is the energy. The energy is we're the best of the best. We're taking out evil because we're the best of the best. You don't send in your worst people to do a really good job, right? For, say, the house. You don't send in your best construction workers into that house unless, what? You don't send them in unless it's for somebody very high up there, very special, right? So otherwise you just do it yourself. And that's where the comparison came in, where that family or those people were going to build their own house. They're going to do it their way. That wasn't what they were supposed to do, and now they're getting lots of chaos, and it's not as happy as they wanted it to be. So the energy is real thick right now. It's you're the best of the best, and we're going to put you in the position that's best for you. What's the best position for you? Are you the fiddler player? Are you the craft driver? Are you the teacher? What job are you doing that is going to make you the best of the best? Now, we're not afraid of you selling your soul to the devil because you're trying to defeat the devil. But what we're saying is you're not using your full potential and you're screwing off too much and you're going to be demoted. So that's why we're not playing around. There was confirmation. That's what they're trying to get at. We're not playing around. You could go to your job tonight and no longer have that job. The next job you are is going to be lowered. Okay? You can work your way back up to your position. We're not like the Earth Matrix. We are very open. But again, it's consciousness. So we know your conscience. We know where your head is, you know, whether it's up your ass or if it's out in front. We know where you are. So when you're off fucking off and not doing your job, you're not selling your soul to the devil, but you're not staying high ranking. Okay, now we have the New Beginnings card on the shorts with money and luck. Okay, that can be taken just like I'm saying about promotions and demotions. Now you say, what does that have to do with the physical avatar? Well, that's where I'm going to get into it right now, where now you wake up and you're feeling moody. 1 minute you're pissed off, 1 minute you're happy. That's because of all the changes that are going on in Astro. So you're being affected body-wise and mentally-wise here in the physical. That's why I'm giving you these videos, because I want you to know what we're doing in Astro that you're not remembering. I'm trying to get you to remember what you're doing in Astro. Then you can say, okay, well, that's why I had a black eye, or my eye hurt, or that's why one of my teeth needed to be repaired at the doctor's. That's why my knee hurts. That's why I'm tired. And then you don't have to spiral into the matrix thinking of, well, I have to go to the doctor. Well, there's something wrong with me. You know, all these, it's like that wheat and the chaff. You know, we're trying to live all astral, but yet have a physical body so that we can come in and finish this movie. I was watching parts of the Matrix, you know, and the Matrix really is not even giving it enough justice. Because, okay, so when they're not plugged into the Matrix, they're still in their physical bodies in a spaceship or something, right? This is more like Thor, okay? When Thor is in a physical body, he has these powers to help people here, okay? And then he goes to different dimensions. It's more of a Thor energy than it is the Matrix. So you're not really plugging back into the Matrix when you wake up. You're more of the Thor energy where you're here to finish this mission, okay? The old part of us was more of the Matrix, because we were waking up in the Matrix and we were dumbed down. Now you're listening to me every day. You're not in the Matrix no more. You're in Astro with me. We're really rocking and rolling. But then you come back in your physical avatar and you're like, wow, I'm sore, I'm tired, what's going on? So that's where I'm here to kind of help you so that you can get through maybe the next 8 hours not falling back into the Matrix. Oh, this is hard to explain, but I think most of you are getting it. I feel good. I feel good. Okay. So we've got money, luck, and new beginning coming, and that's going to help us. That's going to help us reach our 9 of Pentacles and walk away from the past, the 8 of Cups. Those were the main 5 cards that came out. Then after we walk away from the past and we've got this new system, I don't know how it's going to work yet. You're hearing all kinds of stuff, which brings me to the other thing Astro wanted me to tell you, is that We had all the Marys that I showed you in the shorts. Those are the same Mary, but in different outfits, in different dimensions, on different assignments. So one of her assignments, she's holding a baby. One of her assignments, she's holding an animal. One of those assignments, she's holding the rosary. She's got all different assignments to play, all different outfits to wear, all different hats to wear, right? That's what you're doing right now, walking away from the past. Your DNA is being activated and you're remembering all this shit. And it's like, how do I walk away from it? Well, the way you walk away from it is by remembering who you are, who you were, walking away from the past, going into the unknown of this new system, this new beginning, this new money, luck, 5D, whatever you want to call it, future that we're having, right? That they're not giving us the full script when we're awake, but in Astro, we know fully what's going on. So, and we're remembering who we were. There's me in the background as a baby. There's me in all them different pictures. There's Mary in all her different outfits. Okay, so we know who we are, and here we are now. Now I'm in this physical avatar right here in front of you right now. I am Miss Mystic right now. I am channeling my higher self right now and giving you messages and reading cards, right? Okay, now I have to take care of today. So I want to use my intuition and I want to go towards my soulmate assignment. Next two cards were intuition, soulmate. What's keeping us from having a fun time, because the fun time card is in reverse, is our shadow self. We keep falling back into these roles. We keep falling back into what we were, okay? We don't want to do that. We want to take who we were and put that as, okay, I learned obedience from that role. I learned fighting the devil with that role. I learned nutrition with that role. And then we make it into, who are you right now? You are Rebecca, Miss Mystic, Becky, right? Becky Sims, okay? That's who we are, okay? So we stand here and we don't let our shadow self ruin our fun time. We still have a fun time walking forward. Being too sensitive is one of your warnings. That was the next card. Don't be too sensitive. Somebody trolls you, somebody calls you fat and ugly. Oh well, they have not done what you've done. So it doesn't matter what they think you are. You look a lot better than you could. Okay? You could be gray hair, saggy, fat, skin all wrinkly, right? You could be a lot of things that you're not. So be grateful and don't be so sensitive. The other thing they wanted to tell me, they're very chatty, is that a lot of you are pointing fingers again and saying stuff like, let me just think for a second. A lot of you are pointing fingers at other people and knocking them down for their belief, put it that way. Saying, oh, you believe in balance? Well, that's not correct. Oh, you believe in the rapture? Well, that's not correct. Oh, you believe in the President of the United States of America? Well, that's not correct. Okay? They wanted me to give you the analogy of a banana cake. Everybody's got a recipe somewhere, or you could even Google it, of a recipe for a banana cake. Does that mean that hers is wrong because she used the Betty Crocker cookbook? Does that mean that his is wrong because he used his grandma's recipe? Does it mean that mine is wrong because I used Google? See what I'm getting at? Leave everybody alone. Quit telling people they're right or they're wrong. Let everybody be their authentic self. That was coming out so much. And that's the answer to helping you with your sensitivity. That's going to help you with a complete load off your back. And then the other thing, the other hand is don't reply back to these people with your defenses. Well, I believe in balance because of this. Well, I believe in the president because of this. Don't go there. Okay, I know that's going to be hard because all of our programming was the opposite of that. But I'm giving you these messages because you want to change. I know you do. You wouldn't be listening to me if you didn't want to change. So, in order to not be sensitive, be you. Just like yesterday when Susan said, should I delete my negative comment? I wrote back and said, just be you. If you're thinking a negative comment, and it really wasn't, but she thought it was, then write it, okay? But if you're going to say, well, should I delete it? Why would you delete it? Because that would be unauthentic, wouldn't it? See what I'm trying to say? Just be you, okay? Just be you. I know it's hard. It's hard for you guys to be you. Okay, because you're so programmed not to be you. I have not been programmed that way. I was in an AA program for 30 years that taught me to be me. So that was nice. And that was the only reason I joined AA was because it totally let you be yourself. It let you believe in your own higher power. And it focused on your character defects and your addictions. And that's why I came back here this last time, was to end the movie, slay those demons. And those demons lived inside me. And they live outside of us. But it was the demons inside of me. This is an inside job. And we want our true love, so we need to be true. You're not going to find true love unless you yourself are true and authentic, and then you will get your true love. And I remember when I said you had to balance yourself out to get your true love? Well, that's what that means. It means you got to find out who you are to get your true love. The last two cards, Gossip in Reverse and News, is just going back to what I said earlier about you're going to hear a lot of things from a lot of different people. One's going to say they like the president. The other's going to say he's evil. One's going to say there's an RV coming. One's going to say there's not. Different timelines, children. Different timelines, different assignments. That doesn't mean that one is lying. It's just on their timeline, there probably is an evil president. On their timeline, there probably isn't an RV. On their timeline, see what I'm trying to say? You guys got to start thinking more Astro. Ask before you go to bed at night to really try to get this stuff because it's so freeing. And if you're going to be the best at what you do, we're not talking Matrix, but if you're the best guitar player around, then we're going to put you in the music category, and you're going to have to fight that devil with the fiddle. You may be doing it right now. That's why the song came up. Okay, I am Miss Mystic, and I have talked a lot. I have talked so deep today, so deep. They want me to pull some more cards. I guess I'm not leaving you yet. Okay, We're going to pull some more cards. What's the final outcome? Look at these fell right out in my hand. Okay, on the bottom is strength, so you're going to have strength. Let's see what the final message is. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. We've got 2 cards upright, and that's you're confident and you're cleansed. You're the best at the best. Okay, so just what I said. You're confident at what you're doing. You're cleansed and confident. You're just running kind of the wrong way a little bit, and I'm just trying to shine you up a little. So now, what are the negatives? What are the things we're going to warn you of? There's 4 of them. Good vibes, that went back to your sensitivity. You're too sensitive. Your shadow self is making you not have a fun time because you keep bringing in these past people that I asked you to find out who you were, and you did, but now you keep carrying them with you. You got to leave them behind. Okay? Your manifestations aren't coming true fast enough for you. So you've decided that you're pissed off or you're angry or you're depressed. Good vibes and manifestation. Or like I said, you're having this problem because somebody said it's not true. Well, it's probably not true on their timeline. If you believe 100% that there's going to be a new money system, then on your timeline, there's going to be. On our spaceship, we don't have money. So I could sit here and say right now, on my timeline, there isn't an RV. Would I be lying to you? No, because there's no RV revaluation of the money system on my spaceship. So I'm not lying. It's just you're not on that timeline. You're on a timeline where there's going to be an RV and you're going to do a project. You see what I'm saying? Okay, good. And then spiritual communication are the 2 cards that are what I just got done saying in reverse, and I didn't know that. Okay, so spiritual communication. So you're thinking with your matrix kind of thinking, and you're not thinking like I'm trying to tell you to think. So the RV girl that's saying, oh, my RV appointment's coming, and I love the president, and my banana cake is number 1, is she wrong? Not on her timeline. On your timeline, you've got robots walking all around and everybody's killing each other like the Terminator. Are you lying? No, that's your timeline. My timeline, I'm doing full-time master teaching on a spaceship. Am I lying? No, that's my timeline. So again, be careful pointing the finger at people's spiritual communication or just their communication, and stay spiritual. Okay, so that was a great end of it. I'm glad they had me pick a few. And remember, strength card was on the bottom. So this ain't going to be easy. Okay? Just like if you're making that cake. Everything's got to go in right. The oven's got to be right. Everything's got to have the right everything. Portion, timing, to make a beautiful banana cake. Okay? I am Miss Mystic. Thanks for listening.